and what you will do with that. And like we said, we see positive influence here. Lots of positive influence, lots of good energy coming in, something negative transforming into something positive, you learning to control yourself and not the situation. Hello, Capricorn. My name is Kristen Simone Hansen, and welcome to SeaGoat Secrets. Alright, so hi Capricorn, I am Kristen and I am a healer. In this video, you are going to get a full rundown of Capricorn's energy for the Virgo solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse, and how it affects you and your Capricorn placements. I begin with the astrology and I end with a card reading. If at any point in this video you feel connected to me and would like to become a client of mine, you can do so by joining this link here and also in the bio. I welcome you. And if you would like to know what my clients are saying about me and my client circle, you can see the link to my Trustpilot here as well. And as you all know, I am a global citizen, and so if you have not already, please let me know where you're listening from in the comments, and we can all connect and be a strong collective. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this. All right, so Capricorn, here we are for this beautiful Virgo new moon solar eclipse energy. Capricorn, the thing about this is it's like a wheel turns to a new lease on life energy for you because of the fact that the first half of September was almost plagued by water. Capricorn, there's a lot of water in the conversation. And the Pisces full moon eclipse was bringing up the past. It was bringing up closures. You guys could have seen the other side of your relationships in the first half of September that could have shocked you, could have hurt you, could have wounded you. There are a lot of, or freed you, released you. To be honest with you, Capricorn, it depends on which side of karma you sit on. I just have to be clear here. I've been talking about this in the Healing Circle. You can find that link to the Healing Circle here. That's the membership here on YouTube. But I've been talking about this in terms of where you land. You know, karma is neither good nor bad. It just is. And our human experiences are just as they are. You know, we give things out, we get them back, so on and so forth, right? You bring something out, it comes back to you, etc. The thing about this energy, Capricorn, is if you, let's just say that you have been maybe holding on to relationships or people that maybe you didn't have the best intentions to, or didn't necessarily do the right things with, those relationships could have left you, or they revealed themselves, and you could have had a reveal of yourself. Also, shoe on the other foot, for those of you who maybe have been being held on to, or being used, or something has been misaligned in your relationships, you could have found yourself again finding out whatever truths you needed to find to allow yourself to be released from those bonds. The thing is, Capricorn, all is revealed, and a lot of it is stemming around what has gone on during your Pisces Saturn transit, when Pisces has been in Saturn for the last couple of years, and it was leading you out of your Capricorn Pluto transit. So this was leading us out of a generation, right? Leading us out of an era, leading us out of a long period of time. And whatever dynamics have been playing out since then have come to their, yeah, it's like the things that were buried underneath the lake have come up to the top of the lake for us all to see the different elements of what sits on the surface, what was really buried underneath there, you know? And this is again around your self identity. For a lot of you, this is just about you, yourself, and how you've been showing up in your life, your identity to self. And for others of you, this is again around your identity when it comes to other people, how other people have shown up in your life, how other people have revealed themselves to you, the role that other people have been playing in your life, and what that means, right? It's who is telling the truth, SeaGoat, who is being honest, who is telling a lie, right? who deserves to stay and who goes. And I know I've been saying this a lot, right? Because Jupiter has been in Cancer, and it has been doing its due diligence in your life in terms of you healing and growing, not only through your relationships, but through self-nurture, right? The way in which you self-nurture is reflected in the way in which other people are showing up for you, and the way in which other people are casting themselves as players in your life. And who's the main character versus who's in the background, and what is really being revealed there. And if you guys have been holding on, or not necessarily being the healthiest or the most honest in your relationships, those things are also there to come to the surface as well. Relationship cycles are closing, SeaGoat, and that is kind of just what it is, right? And the things that played out when Saturn was in Pisces, where maybe have been able to, let's say, be the victim in the situation, or be able to kind of blur the lines of reality and things like that. Those things are also being revealed, and anybody that has been able to do that to you as well. And there's a release. So whatever it is that has come to be revealed is to release you and whoever else is tied to you. Ending cycles, closing cycles. Now, the beautiful thing is we're ending the year in a more, let's say, softer time. The summer was really intense. Things got really hot and heavy. There was a lot of Aries in the skies. We saw this playing out on the world stage in terms of, this intense Aries energy, this you know, me first, I believe in this, and war and things like that. That is something that was happening internally in all of us, the fight, the fire, us versus our relationships, us choosing ourselves versus other people. What is the truth? Are we selfish? Are we not selfish? Where are we fighting? What's going on in our family dynamics? These things have all been there, but now we're circling back to who is around you. Right, there's a bit of a weight lift when it comes off of the hyper focus in terms of, again, it could be family dynamics or your relationship with your insecurities, that Aries will be asking to have you revisit this time, not this time, but next year, after Aries goes back into Saturn in February. But right now you're getting a bit of a break as as Saturn goes back into Pisces. And it just started in, let's say, a very emotional way, right? It started in a way that wasn't so delightful, right? Defending. At the end of the day, the blurred lines when it comes to, let's say, for many of you, like I said, other people, but for others of you, and I've been focusing more on other people, but for others of you, it's about self. It's about your identity, the way you translate yourself to the world, the way you show up in the world, the way you feel understood, misunderstood, your illusion, your truth, and you feeling confused about who it is that you are. The illusion wrapped around yourself, what is your truth. And again, Pisces also represents your ability to communicate. So being able to communicate yourself properly, showing up for yourself, really pushing through. That Aries and Saturn made you have to really face the things that you were afraid of and dive deep into the bare bones of your insecurities to bring you back into a place that is a bit lighter, that says, now do it differently. Now that you've gone through the things you needed to go through when it comes to, let's say, I am presence or identity, now communicate yourself better. So all of this is bringing us now into this Virgo new moon solar eclipse energy, which is beautiful. One thing I love about the solar eclipse is it allows us time to be renewed. It's not necessarily a time, obviously you can do it a proper new moon ritual, but the solar eclipse it's more about an energy where you're allowing yourself to be renewed by the sun, right? Allow yourself to sun gaze. Allow the sun to revitalize you, to rejuvenate you, along with this beautiful new moon energy. Remember that the new moon is about refreshment. The new moon is about revival, right? It's about being able to start new, bringing new things into you, right? So because that is the case when it comes to the new moon, it's important to put yourself in a position where you're able to allow yourself to be renewed. The sun gives us energy. The moon heals us, right? So the moon is healing us in terms of this mucky, all the things we had to finalize and finish when it comes to the way in which we're being misunderstood or miscommunicated, how we finally feeling heard. A lot of you guys who have been saying something for a very long time have finally been heard during that new moon, that full moon eclipse in Pisces. Again, it just depends on where you sit. If you're on the lighter side, of karma, I don't like to create damnations. But if you are on the, let's say, the receiving side of karma, versus both are receiving, the lighter receiving side versus the darker receiving side. The lighter receiving side has been the kind of person that has been feeling like, I've been saying things, I've been feeling unheard, I have been feeling misunderstood, etc. And there was a release that finally happened. You being able to be heard, you being able to be seen, you being able to be understood, whereas previously you haven't been, right? And that was a great relief that happened as well. And this time, when it comes to this new moon, allow it to revitalize you, to be someone that is thinking further. Pisces is your third house. That's the house of Gemini, right? Those little details, those little conversations, the little moments. Virgo wants you to go even further. Virgo tells you, you know what didn't work out here, I can go somewhere else and find something better. Virgo reminds you that if, for those of you who have lost people in your lives, that there are new people, there are new possibilities, there is more out there for you. You can begin again. You can go somewhere else and start over, right? The Virgo new moon allows you to realize that if you have been misconstrued in terms of your identity and how you communicate yourself to the world, a lot of it is because you've been thinking too small. You've been thinking of yourself in way too much of a little bubble. You've not been giving yourself nearly the amount of credit that you deserve, SeaGoat. And that is the thing that the Virgo new moon gives to you, this solar eclipse renewal energy. And remember, like I said, sun gazing is really important at this time. I'm kind of sun gazing with the sun in my eyes right now, but I always suggest sun gazing when you first wake up, to sun gazing, aka watch yourself, allow yourself, I apologize, I'm talking really fast, to allow yourself to watch the sunrise. Allow yourself to watch the sun rise. And at that time when the sun is rising, it's not damaging to the eyes. So just take a moment, watch it rise, allow yourself to gaze, allow it to rejuvenate you. Very good for you. But yeah, the Virgo new moon reminds you that the possibilities are endless. It brings an idealism, it brings a happiness where things have been feeling kind of hopeless, or could also be dramatic as well, like the little dramas, little social dramas, and the little things. Again, people that are benign, or conversations or situations that are kind of, dare I say, beneath you in that way, SeaGoat. It's about, you know what, I can have so much more. Let's put this behind me. Let's put this person behind me. Let's put this thing behind me. I can get bigger. There's so much more there, that's kind of the thing that happens with the Virgo new moon. It's a nice energy that says there is more life to be lived. There is more to be had. There's more to be said. And that very emotional time gets a very quick change. And Virgo is your sister energy. So Virgo supports you very much so when it comes to you being able to remember that you're not done yet, that you aren't finished. Pisces is nice because it sextiles with you, but sometimes Pisces can get you lost in your emotions, and again, the elusive muckiness of people and what they feel and what they're saying, and you being confused on who you are, and the illusion around you and things like that. Virgo takes it all away and says it's okay to be mysterious, it's okay to be misunderstood, it's okay to go your own way, it's okay to get on the plane and travel and go in a different direction. It's okay to start over. Start just when you thought you were sad. The Virgo new moon comes in and reminds you that in fact you were just beginning. And so it's a nice energy. It's a complete change. You end September, kind of like what I said in the personal reading, you end September on a high note. And that high note is because Virgo is coming in showing you all the different things that you can do, where things slow down in the first half of the month to get you to feel, right? To get you to do the work. The second half of the month shows you where it is that you can expand out, where it is that you can stretch your limbs, where it is that you can find yourself going. And it's nice, SeaGoat. It's very, very good for you. Again, travel is a conversation. If you've been planning it and haven't been doing it, the Virgo new moon makes it so that you can create concrete plans around it. The Virgo new moon comes in and reminds you again that there are good relationships to be had, that you are not down and out, that you have more ideas inside of you in that way. And you can, being idealistic again, uh, believing in luck, or believing in the good, believing in, in the idea that you can, pack up, start over, do it again, go somewhere else, feel revitalized, feel renewed. Where one door closes, another door opens. That's kind of the energy. Okay, so that's what I have for you, SeaGoat, and we are going to get into the reading now. Hi, Capricorn. So here we are for your reading for the Virgo new moon solar eclipse, and frankly, the second half of September, the last half of September. Okay, so it's important to remember that, Capricorn. When we are in the energy of the new or the full moon, we are in an energy that is lasting us 2 weeks. Okay, we're in a 2 week motion. So from the first moon, we're in the first half, right, of the month, and then the second moon, we're in the second half. So let's get into this. Capricorn, we see that there's this energy going on with you, let's say, being on the right track, right? We've got the Seven of Pentacles here, but having to deal with heartbreak, pain, separation, all the while knowing that you're leading yourself in a place that you know you need to go. Like, I am going here. I am on my way here. I'm going toward the path in this direction, which is classic of the Virgo new moon energy, because Virgo is your sister energy, and it reminds you um, to stay on track. It makes it so that you see the endless possibilities. You can put, feet to the ground to lead yourself in a certain direction. So we see that you are focused on building, and you realigned yourself to being where it is that you need to go, and you're feeling better. The second half of September has you feeling better. You're feeling more momentum. You're feeling more clear with yourself. You're seeing that you can step out on faith. You can step out and find a new direction, find a new space, find a new way of viewing things, put yourself on a track that can tunnel you forward, right? Very good. You're being aware of the possibilities. You're being aware of, let's say, the options that are in front of you. And for many of you, like we see here, you're allowing yourself to take a chance. You're allowing yourself to take a chance on yourself again. What does it mean to take a chance on the self again, Capricorn? And this is leading you on the path. You know that you're on the right path, that you're going in the right direction. You're taking those steps. You've allowed things to fall off of you, and now you're focusing in. But next to this, we have this Three of Swords energy. You're separating from things that are standing in the way. You're separating from people, places, and things that need to go. You're letting go of what needs to go, which is no surprise, Capricorn, because we are in eclipse energy. At the end of the day, when we are in eclipse energy, it's all about release. And these two eclipses, the first one in the first half of September, was around your, dare I say again, your relationships, right? Because we're looking at the third house activation with Pisces and this Jupiter transit happening in Cancer. Relationships, SeaGoat, and we're also in the 9 year. So even if someone has been in your life very briefly, if they have to go, it was a karmic connection, Capricorn. It's something that you have to keep in mind. You've been playing out different, let's say, realities. You've been playing out different stories tied to your karma. So people that it could be new in your life are representing old karma, old cycles, old narratives, old truths, old things that you have dealt with, and you move through them. You're going through them. There's a lot of separation. There's a lot of letting go. There's a lot of breaking up. There's a lot of walking away. One of these birds stays here and the other one goes, Capricorn. But this doesn't say it's difficult. Well, I was going to say this doesn't say it isn't difficult. So actually, I'll hold my tongue and I say that this doesn't say that it's difficult. So for many of you, this is actually quite easy. For many of you, you are actually the one that is enjoying the process of letting go. You are holding your heart. And for some of you, you're not bleeding much, especially as we see here, learning from the past. So even though you are separating, even though you're breaking up, ending things, letting people and things go, yeah, for a lot of you, you put these three swords into the heart and have cut and have let go, and you're okay. You're learning. You're learning. This separation is good for you. These separations are good for you. You've learned your lessons. And in fact, you're very ready to let go, learning from past mistakes, shifting your perception, shifting your perspective, healing, lots of healing for the second half of September, healing and letting go. Which again, as you put yourself on the right track and become aware of the things that are possible for you, Capricorn, I really love this energy because, like we said, in the first half of the month, it was a lot of water, it was a lot of intensity, a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff going on. And again, around people, around relationships, around the way in which you're navigating your life with people. So this is nice, Capricorn. This is a nice energy. And for a lot of you, remember what's happening on the outside in terms of people is reflective of what's going on in the inside. So you're ending things when it comes to yourself, a lot of healing. You're healing, Capricorn. You're healing and you're learning. You're learning from the past. You're taking the lessons and you're moving forward. And you're putting yourself on the right track. Like I said, a lot of you are remembering yourselves again for the first time in a long time. And putting in that work and making those plans, doing what it is that you need to do, keeping focused, staying focused as you let go of what no longer serves you and you come to peace with it. This is one of those moments called closure, being able to close a door and be at peace with the way the door closes, learn and move on. Now, that's what's taking place. In the shadow here, we've got, I believe this is the 9. Yeah, so we have the 9 of Canes here along with the 7 of Canes. So what is in your fear is pressure, wounds, this being harder than it has to be, and also competition. So a lot of you, again, especially, whether this is happening internally where you're healing from wounds that you've been having with yourself, learning from the journey you've been on with yourself, choosing a better path, staying on, getting on track. At the end of the day, this is what's happening inside of you. We are all on this independent journey of healing and then moving forward, being on the right track, being in the right place, seeing the possibilities that are open to us. Okay. But in that shadow, you are afraid of what will fight against you in the process and it being more difficult than necessary, of being wounded, of it being too much of a journey, of it being too heavy or too difficult to stomach and to move through. And again, if it shows up on the outside in the realm of other people, this is the fear of competition with others. That competitiveness with others. A lot of you are dealing with competitiveness. You're dealing with people that are fighting against you, that are competing with you, that are, tugging at you, pulling at you. And a lot of you guys just want to let go. So you want to let go and you want to just be where it is that you need to be and stay on the path that you're on. But the fear you have is what it is that you're facing when it comes to other people's egos, it being too difficult, it being too heavy, people fighting against you. Again, this competitiveness that's kind of leaving you and feeling like you're this wounded warrior. But the biggest thing when we talk about this energy, Capricorn, and what I like across the board is nothing is major here. So we don't have any majors. So that means the second half of September is easier on the heart. It's easier on the heart. It's easier on the energy. If you decide to make this energy bigger than need be, Capricorn, it's a dramatization that is happening inside of you, especially when we see this 3 of Swords. Let go, Capricorn. Heal and let go. Let the separation be as it is. Learn from it. This does not have to be heavy, Capricorn. It does not have to be weighted. And at the end of the day, when it comes to you getting on track in your life, it's not like a beginning energy that you're in, but it's a repivoting energy. It's like when you get back on the bike after a long time, right? And that's kind of the thing that's playing out here with you. You're separating from whatever's getting in your way. If people are fighting against you, if they are competing with you, let them, Capricorn. Do not allow this energy to impact you in any kind of big way. Do not allow anything to stop you from separation. Don't let anything stop you from healing, understanding and reminiscing to be clear on what it is that you're doing. And your advice, you have spirals of manifestation. So again, when we're talking about the Seven of Pentacles, this is a big time for you to change, grow, transform. A lot is happening for you, Capricorn. There's a lot of movement happening for you. Your advice is to focus on the movement that is happening, especially, again, if you're dealing with any kind of issues when it comes to other people. Again, what does it mean to separate and this competitiveness and all of these things? Lean on the practicalization of your life. Lean on your ability to succeed and your ability to progress forward, Capricorn. Lean on your ability to create, generate, and succeed, right? Lean on your practical life. And then we have the perfection of your life. So whoever goes, you're not missing anything, Capricorn. You're not losing anything. You're not losing sleep. You do not have to. And whatever little scrappiness is going on when it comes to other people who want to take you off your throne, Capricorn, let it be. Let it love. Let it be. Focus on yourself. Focus on the fact that you are feeling back on track. You're feeling clear. You know what it is you want to do. You know where it is that you want to go. You're focused in. You're steady. You're clear. Focus on that, Capricorn. Your life is in alignment. There isn't anything that you're missing here. So allow yourself to breathe. When we go into the healing points, we have beautiful fire, Leo energy on the top. Okay. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something positive, Capricorn. Something negative is transforming into something positive. Let go of what needs to be let go of. Allow those swords to penetrate. Heal the emotion. Heal the relationship. Learn and understand. There is nothing that you need to be worried about here. And if you guys are the ones that are the catalysts of this, breathe. Okay, breathe. Connect to your emotions, connect to your light. Again, powerful blessing, omen, doors opening, abundance, prosperity. All of these things are really wonderful, Capricorn. There's a lot of movement. And again, lean on your practical life. You guys are going to feel stronger at the end of September. Movement happens for you, Capricorn. You're out of the initial wash away of the first half of the month, and you go into a much more comfortable space for you, which is a space where movement is happening, a space of practical movement when your life feels like it's on the right track and you're making the right steps and you're going in the right direction. Prosperity is here for you. Something negative is transforming into something positive. So there's no reason to overthink it, no reason to overstress it. Understand it, heal it, move toward it, Capricorn. Very, very positive omen. Very, okay? Then from here, we have air energy. So we start with fire. So it's burning through the spirit, right? Aligning with the heart, aligning with that Leo energy. 888, aligning with that Leo energy, aligning with Lionsgate, movement, transformation, prosperity, growth, expansion. This brings you into your air energy, which is your mind opens up to realize your inner spiritual power can heal circumstances in your life and in our world in greater ways than you realize. You journey within to gain clarity and conscious redirection of your inner energies toward that you wish to manifest. Do not try to control what is happening. Instead, work to bring positive influence to bear so that you may contribute constructively to shaping the outcome for the greater good, Capricorn. This is such a positive energy, Capricorn. It's very beautiful. It's very nice. It says in very simple terms, bring it back to your heart. Prosperity is on its way for you for the second half of September. Things are feeling good. Things are feeling alignment. You're feeling more you're feeling more grounded, and which makes sense because it's a Virgo new moon solar eclipse. So you are comfortable in Virgo's energy, Capricorn. Virgo holds you into its breast, Capricorn, and you're comfortable there. Remember that it's all about, again, aligning with the heart, so allowing something negative to transform into something positive through your heart, through your spiritual energy, right? Burn through anything that is heavy or negative and allow it to clarify your mind, where your mind steps out of this fear that things have to be heavier than they need to be, or this fear of competitiveness, this fear of losing, or people trying to knock you off your throne, or Let all of that go. Do not try to control what's happening, Capricorn. There's nothing that you need to control. Focus on yourself. You have the power to use your inner spiritual positive energy to how do you say, contribute to the greater outcome. So especially for those of you who are dealing with dramatic situations with other people where you have to, heal and let go, your own influence can control the outcome better than if you try to control the situation itself. Align back with a more positive energy. See the perfection of your life. Move into a space of spirals of manifestations. Understand that you're on the right path. Stay on the right path, okay? And for a lot of you, I would say do not show your hand. What does it mean to not show your hand, Capricorn? To again be within. Don't overthink it. Don't overstress it. Focus on the practicalities. Focus on the more positive side of your life, and let go. Just simply heal and let go. At the bottom of the subject at Capricorn, we have the devil. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you. This does not feel like good you. It feels like a lot of you are dealing with a toxic situation. I'm just going to be very straightforward, because this is again a major arcana here. So the overarching energy is a lot of you are dealing with toxic situations. You're dealing with something dark, you're dealing with something heavy, you're dealing with negative people, things like that. Something ugly. You're dealing with something ugly. But the reality is, that's the overarching energy, but the reality is, stay in alignment and let go of what needs to be let go of. Allow your heart to heal, allow your heart to feel it, heal it, let it release. And especially when it comes to dealing with negative or toxic environments, right? Keep yourself to yourself and stay focused on where it is that you want to be. Learn and understand what it is that you're going through as your heart heals through this. Okay? As your heart heals through this. Now, we see at the bottom of the clarity deck, we've got outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying things over in your head. So again, this is a toxic or negative situation, Capricorn. But for many of you, where are you in this, right? Is this a situation that you actually have to deal with, or is it based in rumination? Is it something that's stuck unnecessarily, right? Is it something that's sitting with you unnecessarily? Yes, you're going to be moving out of this heaviness, out of this toxicity, out of this let's say bad environment or bad situation. And a lot of it has to do with misperception, right? Misperception, outdated thinking, replaying events over and over in your head. It's let it go, Capricorn. It's time for you to let go, because the situation that you're dealing with is unnecessarily consuming you. Focus in on being on your own path and let go of what needs to be let go of. Let go of whom needs to be let go of. And again, for a lot of you, like I said, for if it's happening on the outside, especially because we see the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck for the shadow. So a lot of you, this is about relationships. It's about people. And how you're relating to other people, and this is like a toxic dynamic or a negative dynamic playing out with other people. But what's happening within, right? Especially for those of you that it's not about others, it's just based solely within. This is your negative relationship to yourself, to your own darkness, to the things that have been restricting you, weighing you down, the way you've been overplaying things in your head that have been keeping you down and keeping you stuck and replaying in your mind, and your shadow and your fears about the way in which you're relating to other people, the way in which you can get out of this energy, the way in which you can connect again. And you can be beating yourself up, Capricorn, and then worried about the heaviness of trying to get out. And also, people can be attacking you. Some of you can be under attack when it comes to other people, the dramas of other people and your relationships and things like that, and it impacting you in the way that you're seeing yourself and kind of keeping yourself stuck and going through your own emotions. But it's time to let that go. It's time to let it go. It's time to let God. It's time to focus on the fact that you are perfect as you are, Capricorn. There's nothing heavy that needs to be on top of you. It is within you that is keeping you stuck. There's so much movement happening. Allow allow this very positive energy of Lionsgate to come in. Allow this negative thing. There's nothing more negative than you can get with a dark-sided devil energy, right? Allow this negative to transform itself into something positive, Capricorn. Heal and let live. Do not try to control it. Control yourself. Expand on yourself. Move through it yourself. This is not something that you guys need to be heavily worried about, especially if you sit on the outside of it, if it's happening to you, because you are divinely protected. This is another fire energy. So we've got fire, air, fire. The root of it all is protection through fire. Do not steer away from what you know in your heart to be true. You are protected. You are safe. There is nothing that you need to worry about here, Capricorn. All right, just allow yourself to stay on track and ignore the things that are unnecessary. You know, and when we know that it's a devil situation, yeah, there can be obsession that you guys are dealing with. You guys could be, again, people from your past that have an outdated perspective of you, outdated attachments to you, what's going on inside of you where you're having misaligned relationships with yourself, the way in which you've been keeping yourself stuck. It's just move through it, Capricorn. Focus on what you can focus on. Focus on what you can control. Focus on staying the path, the spirals of manifestation. This time for the second half of September, Capricorn, you working, and I mean literally just working, just focusing on the things you're good at, seeing progress at work, seeing progress in day-to-day activities, right? Like having your home in order, especially when we're talking about the Virgo new moon. Focusing on your practical life will be the remedy here, Capricorn. It'll be the remedy out of this. Focus on the things that are working. I kind of just said that to the healing circle last week. Focus on the things that are aligning. Focus on the things that are working. All right, so we've got thinking, feeling, seeing. Sorry, thinking, feeling, doing, being, Capricorn. Okay, so thinking, feeling, doing, being. And then a moment. Thinking, feeling, doing. Find me, grandmother. Find me. So we've got thinking. Oh, wow. Okay. The devil. Woo. Feeling. Okay. Doing. Being.